Hello? Check, check.
Boom, 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 boom. And this is how we do it. Just a short stream. I'm still worried about my voice. So, you know, don't want to push it. Don't want to push it. Maybe, oh, maybe I can do this. I can separate that. And then create a different thing. And then do this. Ew. Cool. I want to get good. How's it going, Zens? Zenny, the Zen man, Meister. You are getting good. You really are. Remove that. Hello, hey Huno, Zenny Zennerson, in the flesher. How's it going? Yes, the topic of good evening. You know, I will say, it was kind of fun to hear some of your guys' voices the other day, like Bridgewater. It really put like a personality to who you are, like hearing your voice, and it's amazing. I never thought about it, but people's voices really allow us to like understand who they are and like what type of person they are. It was pretty cool. Hello, my my fellow spoken languager. Dude, okay. So Pyrrhus, Vulcan. I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere. However, so do you guys remember? No, I can't tell you that much information. It might be bad. My teacher, right now. Okay, so Pyrrhus, so me and Pyrrhus were talking about hello Vulcan Sensei. Of course, R6, you gotta pop in for that one. You just gotta pop in, dude. How are you guys? We miss you. We miss you. Oh my gosh. You know, Inoru is so big and doing all this stuff right now. I can only imagine what your daughter is like. We gotta get back up there. Stitched Feifei. Hello. Hello, konnichiwa. Oh, Nico Nico from Japan. Yeah, this is a great topic. Okay, since I good topic. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. You spoiled the whole show, dude. You spoiled it. Now everyone knows that it's coming. Yeah. All right. I guess I gotta talk about, you know what, Pyrrhus, I won't talk about it today. I need a pen. I need a Foken. Get over here. Yo, Scorpion, definitely the best Mortal Kombat character. Favorite Mortal Kombat character, go.
My life is good. Really good.
Alright. No comment! Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much! Where the heck? Scorpion. Where the heck is the subscription? Nothing. I'm at a loss. I just don't understand why nothing ever works except for sometimes. Should have done it. Or did it do it and I just missed it? Combat. Ooh, I like a combat. The spider guy. Don't have to pay points to study this kanji. No, no, no. No, no. Hello. Yes, Feifei, thank you so much for chatting for the first time. Nice to officially meet you. Maybe you were just lurking in the back the whole time. We appreciate lurkers. Pretty much everybody here is a lurker. There's talkers, and then there's Ohayo gozaimasu. なんかサブスクの通知ってならへんかった？なんか音だけがこっち出ないみたい。リーサブは。ごめんね。ありがとうございます。Thank you so much for the resub. Makes me real happy. I got my coffee. We're doing good today. Lots of coffee. So, I read this tweet this morning. And I was perturbed. Nah, I don't know. I was just kind of surprised. ちょっとと思って。I was like,ここじゃダメ. I gotta do it in the... Hold on. Why not? Yeah. So, what she is saying, first off, I don't agree with, but you saw this tweet? Okay. Yeah, it is interesting. 面白いでしょ? I'm sorry it didn't go off. I don't know why.
My life is good.
That's it.
Really
That's the one
good.
that should have happened. My life is good. Really good. Welcome back to the Jelly Club. No kaze. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's what does she say? Hey Iota. So what she's saying, I will just say this. So she's a blogger, and I'm not here to pick on her. What is a blogger? In the end, it's just it's just somebody talking about how they feel and think, usually. My daughter's doing well. She comes to feed the sheep with me. So precious. We've been cooking with Inoru, and he's been stirring things and smashing things. It's awesome. We just put the bowl on the ground, and he grabs a whisk, and he's like, "Hello, Guy Sensei." Guy Sensei. That was Guy in Naruto. It was actually not GUI. It was Guy, like Gaijin. So yeah. So just to start off, before I get into any of this, how's everyone going? Thank you so much. Very excited I found your Twitch. Been trying to learn more Japanese, so thank you. Yeah. Hey, if you're really trying, our Discord is awesome. It recently became more awesome. So anyone who's learning Japanese, I recommend you to get into our Discord. Everybody's pretty nice. You know, there's a couple of really mean people. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's just a lot of nice people. A lot of actually people who are very good at Japanese. So it's not just me commanding the masses. The sub alert did show. Okay. I don't know why, but it usually shows, but I don't hear the sound. But everybody else hears the sound. So I don't know. That's okay. Thank you though. Yeah, I should go back and watch when that happens and see what it is, because everything should work. Awesome. So, first I'll talk about what I think real quick. Gaikokujin or gaijin? Which word is best or whatever? I definitely prefer gaikokujin. When I first came to Japan, I didn't know either word. I didn't know either. Konnichiwa, Saitama-san. Irashai. Hisashiburi desu. I didn't prefer either because I didn't know either. And then I started hearing like, especially foreigners, which I will say foreigners because like, come on, it's like it's just the only word really. I just, you know, a lot of foreigners were saying gaijin, like kind of reappropriating the word, kind of like the N word with a, GA, like in the US. Not, you know, very different, but similar, just to make a comparison. So how it was like originally gaijin was just pure. I don't know the pure history. If anyone knows like the really pure like actual history, fill us in. But I would say it was used derogatory. Oh yeah. She wrote. Hold on. She wrote about that later. So where's the yosomono thing? Outsider. Darn it, where did she? Ah, here it is. Can you see that? Let me know if you can't see that. Yeah. So she talks about how the origin of the word gaikokujin. Okay. So let me explain. Okay. I'm sorry. I gotta explain. So the first thing she says, and again, for anyone who's just popping in, first off, my name is JD. Nice to meet you. Follow the channel. I teach Japanese. I help people stay motivated with Japanese. And then occasionally we'll talk about these kind of hot topic issues. And I really like these because I feel like I'll just say this. Pretty much everything on social media is very skewed. Why? Because it's almost all young people who have just like basically just moved to Japan. Not everyone, but pretty much. So this girl, she's Japanese. She's studying English or something. I don't know a lot about her. So I'm not picking on her, okay? Just thought it made me think of this topic and I wanted to talk about it with you guys. So she's saying she's like, is it bad to talk about, outsiders? Is it bad to use the word foreigner? Like gaikokujin is Japanese, but when we put it into English, should we be saying foreigner? Should we not? And she's saying, here's why you shouldn't. So she's making a claim, but she's not really sure herself, for sure. But my guess is she was talking to some random foreigner and the guy or girl was like, yeah, I don't like that, foreigner. Maybe there's a miscommunication, maybe not, but I think that's probably what happened. I'm just making a guess, an assumption. 実際に空港や駅での使われる表現でもあるんですが、基本的にこの foreigner は言うのを避けた方がいいです。We really, it's used everywhere in Japan, like in official things, but foreigner, we should really avoid this. というのも foreigner は外国人という意味もありつつ、so foreigner, 外国人, and now she's talking about the origin, okay? And here is where I kind of language and words are very weird. So let's just hear what she has to say. So, 外の人. As a native English speaker, you don't feel uncomfortable about the word foreigner? No. Like, if somebody, alien, right? So if I was going to talk about that R6, so good to see you, by the way. So too many things. Let me read her tweet and then you guys are bringing up all the good stuff. So, 外の人, よそ者の人. So this is about the origin of the word. So, 外の人. Okay, it's more about okay, Pierce, that's what I was gonna go. Hey Pirate Kaizoku-san, how's it going? Irashai, everybody. I'm excited. I'm glad everybody's here. This is fun. I love this topic. We gotta do more of these. Gotta do more of these push, what do they call it? Hot button? Wait, hot topic? Isn't there a word that has button in it? Like hot button, push button issue? Or like a butt button. Whoa. Is that what those are called? You remember like the old cartoon? Okay, sorry. Hey Loopy, hey Shelby. Is Twitter like the most used social media platform in Japan? Maybe. I think probably younger kids, it's Instagram. Facebook is not very big. Instagram. All right. Topics that press people's buttons. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. This is fun. So, all right. So yes, I agree with Purist, and that's what I was gonna say. It's all about tone, like, and how you use the word. Like, you can say gaijin or gaikokujin. So let's say, like that foreigner needs, like, that foreigner is annoying me. It's like, you know, obviously that's very negative, like very net context, right? It's like, yeah, I think there's a lot of foreigners in Japan. Okay, like, is it about the word? Right? Right? あの外国人が, or like, いや、外国人結構多いよ。外国人結構多いよ. Right? So, is it about the word itself? Let's just for now, that's Japanese. Right? No. It's about context, okay? That foreigner sounds weird though. Yes. So when I first got to Japan, it was definitely, it was different, right? I've never been a foreigner. I've never been the outsider. Like, that's, you know, forget negative connotations. I am an outsider in Japan. It's not that I don't belong here. Now that yosomono, this word, you don't even need to say yosomono nisto, but you can just say yosomono. This is not really used that much. I think I've heard it like once in real life, not directed towards me, but you know, it's not that it's uncut, but this word was used. Oh, there you go. So this word was used a while ago. I'm learning insults. Whee! This was used, you know, a while ago for, like, you know, like truly an outsider, like, you know, some random, American comes to Japan and like and I'm talking about like 1800s, like much older, samurai times or something like that. Okay. Soto no hito, that itself is like something different. So first we're focusing on Japanese, then we'll talk about English, which is what she's talking about. So if we're just focusing on Japanese for now, it's like gaikokujin, and R6 brought this up. So who here lives in Japan? Raise your hand. Press ichi. Ooh, I like it. Press ichi if it sounds so dumb. Very like, okay. Smash that like button. Press ichi if you live in Japan. Press ichi if you live in Japan. Press ni if you don't. Nana. Okay. Ni. The old school kanji. Ichi. Yeah, you guys are busting out the old school kanji. All right. Aha. Yeah, there are old kanji used for numbers. I think it had something to do with counterfeit money or something like that. But yeah. I was born and raised in Japan now. Oh, same thing. Same, you know what I mean. Yeah, just trying to get some chatting. So, what happens? 3. Is chimichanga. That's like my go-to random word. Chimichanga. So, if you've ever lived in Japan and without like a non-tourist visa, nowadays it's called a zairyu kado. Residence card. Oops, card. Okay, zairyu kado, residence card. Okay, so resident. I am a resident of Japan. Okay. Now, for official documents, that sounds nice. Would you say 在留者? Is that a word? I have no idea. 在留者. Yep. Okay. So 在留者. Okay. So let's again, Japanese for now. Let's just say that that's the good Japanese, and we get rid of gaikokujin, we get rid of gaijin, and we just, now everybody's 在留者来てますよ. But oh wait, but that doesn't work for people who are visiting. So 言いにくいでしょ. So okay, 在留者 doesn't fit everybody. And did you guys know that there's actually a really other there are other words that are actually used besides 外国人. 海外の人, 海外の方. And I think, honestly, I have no problem with 外国人, because if you look at the kanji, what is the kanji? Okay, let's just simply look at what it is. Outside country person. Now, does that accurately define me? Yes. Like, yes, like, so why would I ever take offense to that? Okay. Okay, let's look at gaijin. So I don't like the word gaijin. Okay, I don't like the word gaijin, not because of the kanji or the whatever. It's because of how it is used in Japanese. Okay, now when we were talking about like ano gaikokujin or gaikokujin ga oi, like that foreigner, or there are lots of foreigners. Gaijin, on the other hand, is used. I could make an argument. I do make arguments. Gaijin is a derogatory term. Okay. It's not always used that way. I think extra in Kansai, and probably extra with older people, elderly. Hey, stalker. How easy is it to change Ichiman to someone with a couple strokes of a brush, but with the older set of kanji? Exactly. So am I right about that? I think when I learned those old kanji, that's what I heard. So coffee. Give me a second. Did that work? See if you're a mod now, Shelby. I set it up in a different program, so I think I think it can also work this way. I use Firebot now. Konbanwa. Dang it. All right. I'll do it the R6 way. I did set something else up. I'll have to figure out. Oh, maybe that was VIP. That was VIP, not mod. Now she's a mod, maybe. We'll see. All right, here we go. So, gaijin. Now, gaijin. Okay, I'll just, from my perspective and my 10 years in Japan, okay? So, let's go. Yay, it worked. Thanks, R6. So, gaijin. Let's start with the best argument I have. And this is what I always say to Japanese people when I say, I have my two main arguments are this, okay? Why does the word, number one, okay? Number one, the news, okay? So why does, on Japanese news or in Japanese newspapers, official documents, articles, why is the word gaijin not used? What would you guys say to that? How come gaijin is not used? なんで外人が例えばニュースとかその、新聞とかその書類証明書などになんで外人が使われていないのか。外国人在留者 は多分見たことないけど。It's slang. Is it slang? I think I would call it like a synonym. I don't know if it's slang. Because I could be wrong, but I would say that gaijin existed before gaikokujin. And usually slang is kudaketa kudaketa. How do you say that in English? Slang is is a break off of a like existing word. Slang is a what's it? Kudaketa iikata. I don't know how to say that in English. Not right now. It's because gaijin is a really vague expression again. Or I guess. Yes, I like that too. Good. I'm not saying I know everything. So I want to hear what you guys. A cinnamon. Nani yutten ne? Right? I think it's vague. It's not necessarily, it's not technical, right? And so that's like one of the first things I say. And then Japanese people are usually like, taskani, news toka wa anmai kikanai na. Other thing. There actually is a word that exists, and you hear it in gaijin-san, gaijin-san. Has anyone ever heard or seen that word before? Gaijin-san 多いですね。多いですね。うん。なんかこの辺外人さん多い。呼ばれました。Yes, a lot. Right? Now, a lot of you guys studying Japanese and girls studying Japanese probably think you know what san is used for. There's actually like so many different. Yo, welcome to the community. Adobo and rice. Andrus. Wait, adobo and rice. Wait, adobo. Adobo oil. Hey, welcome all you guys. Welcome, Yoguchi-kun. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for following. My name is JD. Right now, we're discussing Gaikokujin versus Gaijin, foreigner versus something else. Oh, that's what it was. Adobo. Adobo. Was that a font or something? Nice to meet you. I'm JD. I've been living in Japan for 10 years. For anyone who just followed or is yet to follow Twitter, めっちゃ面白いです。めっちゃ面白いですよね。なんかハマっちゃいますよね。Sun Mountain. That's right. I was thinking of adobo oil or something. Right? Yeah. Mountain. That is. Yes, yes. Fuji-san, right? 難しい日本語笑いました。Adobo and rice. Yes, Philippine 料理です。Yo. Sorry, I don't know if this is like a hard feelings thing, but I was so amazed when I found out that the Philippines had pesos at one point. Yeah, that was like when I was younger, like maybe actually 23 or 4. But I was like, whoa, pesos? And then I learned the history. I thought that was pretty cool. I like money. Like I used to collect coins and old bills and stuff. Oh, it's still the currency. Wow, that's even more fascinating. So, why do we say gaijin-san? Or why do people say gaijin-san? I can't say that actually, because you can't use san for yourself. Anyone who doesn't know that yet, you never use san for your own name or when referring to yourself. I'm sure there's a random exception, but yeah, you don't say GD-san desu, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. You don't. Yeah, you can't do san. Hunt? My friend's last name ends in sa. Yeah. I know. Jonasan. Jonasan-san. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. If your name and like Johnson-san, Johnson-san. Yeah, those are always pretty funky. Fuji-san. Re? You guys are getting all of the. No, what I mean is how you use san as like the polite thing. So yeah, there's a bunch. But anyway, Sometimes san is used to soften. Don't name child son. Sometimes sang, the honorifics thing, is used to soften a word if that word is more harsh. I'm trying to think, or to kind of like just add a little bit more politeness to it, as to not be rude, right? So for example, gosh, can't think of anything right now, honestly. Boke-san? Is that I've never heard Boke-san. Ekicho-san. Not those kind. I don't know about Boke-san. Ekicho-san, Shacho-san. Not those kind. The kind where it's like more like I'm trying to think, like tomodachi. Nanka Oko-san. Oko-san's kind of different. Kodomo-san. Oko-san. Kodomo-san? Yeah. This is sometimes that's Kodomo-san. Do we say this? Yes. Do we 子供さんたまに言う？だいたいお子さんの方が多いけど、子供さんなんか言うシチュエーションもあったっけ？日本人もだいぶもう大概知らない日本語。うん。子供さんっていうこともあります。ありがとうございます。そう。Sometimes I feel like I've heard something that I don't. I'm not a dictionary, guys. Okay. Sometimes people come in here and they're like, they bust out some random slang or kanji and they're like, you don't know that? I'm like, what do you want from me? Kodomo-san mo aru. Yeah. Interesting facts about the kanji for kodomo, but that's another time. Musume-san. Yeah. Thank you. So, musume-san, musuko-san. So, it's not that the word musume is impolite, or musuko is impolite, but it could be too direct. And so I think when we say gaijin-san, gaijin is too direct. And I think there is, over time, slowly, I think people are understanding that gaijin is a little bit derogatory. そう。地域によってニュアンスが違うのも、さらに日本語の難しさを、加速させてる。加速。加速。Interesting。意味わかるけど初めて見たからちょっとごめん。翻訳考えてた。You're watching ads now. Yay! Somebody gift that person a sub. I'm just kidding. Please don't gift subs. don't waste your money on me. I just want to talk to you guys. You got people have already spent giving me too much money on this channel. So 関西は飴にちゃんをつける。そう。Yeah. I'll wait for a second. Gotta let those ads finish. Yeah. If anyone knows like the best settings for ads for Twitch, let me know. Because I have no idea. You can't turn them off. So unless you're a partner. And that's probably never gonna happen for me. So right. So long story short, sorry I got distracted, but gaijin, I don't like it. I don't use it even in English. Like there's I'll tell you this story, okay? So all the ads for all the money. Yeah. Every time you guys watch an ad, I get like 3 cents, dude. And in yen, that's like 7 cents, okay? So it goes a long way. Apparently they pay a little more now, but in a month, I probably make like $2 from ads. You know, so it's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, it's something. 3 yen is 2 cents. The ads are, I know. I don't know why they don't kind of change. They should really go the YouTube route for ads, so that YouTube's, I don't know, maybe it's copyrighted or something, but you got like 12 cents from me. Yeah. You know, because it's like YouTube, it'll do 5 seconds and then you can skip. And so, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Different story. So I don't like when I was working at my last job, very understanding bosses. Both of them, one was Nikkeijin, which is American-born Japanese, and then the other guy was just regular American. But you will find, at least from my observations, you will find that foreigners who use gaijin typically know less Japanese. Overall, it's not that's my observation, just a personal observation. So, and like my one boss, like gaijin, yeah, there's a lot of gaijin or blah blah blah. And honestly, like over time, the word gaijin has started to make me feel uncomfortable. You know, even if it's not used towards me, I just don't like hearing it. And you know, it's like. It's not about racism for me. Like maybe a long time ago it was, but it just makes, you know, it doesn't make me feel good. And I like, because I know that it's typically more so used in a negative way, I would say, than a positive way. And so therefore it's like, I don't want to be, you know, I feel devalued, I suppose. Maybe I'm being a baby, but that's just the way I feel. So I prefer Gaikokujin. So I think that's Japanese. There's, you know, random other stuff. I've had experiences. Anyway, I told my bosses, I was like, you know what? When you say gaijin, I don't like it. Like it might mean something else to you, but like, I just don't like that. And so it was weird and uncomfortable because it was like my boss was just using it all the time. And it feels, I think, extra weird because, so even though my boss is technically Gaikokujin because he's Japanese, you know, through and through, but born in the US. And so he himself feels more like a foreigner than Japanese in some ways. And so he's using it, but it's kind of like, you know, maybe I'm racist. Yeah, everybody's a little bit racist. It's true. But everyone's just about as racist as you. If we could just all admit that we are racist a little bit. Good song. Avenue Q. What was I gonna say? So, you know, it's like, because I kind of feel like it's a Japanese person using gaijin. Anyway, not the main point. So, you know, I've been called gaijin, like, you know, when I was studying abroad, this is my most vivid memory. Old guy on a bicycle. I was just eating an ice cream with David, my mentor, which that interview is coming up. For any of you guys that don't know, probably next month. Next month in December, I'm going to be interviewing my Japanese language mentor, okay? The guy that helped me get really good at Japanese. And now that's what I try to do for other people, other foreigners studying Japanese. So that's what I'm all about, is helping you guys get the core components of the Japanese language in order to speak and have conversations, because I think that's just the most fun. 昔は外人は外国人の、単に、単熟系使うこのそのやべ使うこのに問題を感じてなかった。例えば警察官を警官と単熟、するみたいに。なるほどね。大事だな。悪い意味で使ってる人はほとんどいないと思うけど、俺も外人って聞くとちょっと嫌な思いするな。そう。地域によってはやっぱ違うけどね。Thanks, Zenny。そう、地域によってやっぱ違うけど、なんだろう。まあだからその一応関西に住んでて、そのなんかめちゃめちゃひどい言い方 めちゃめちゃひどい言い方はそんなにない。そのなんかでもなんかどっちがいいって聞かれたら絶対外国人がいい。気にしない人もいるし、でなんかまあ言われたら言われたで、別になんで言うの、すいません外人は言わないでください。なんかもうその場で言うこともないし、なんか、まあ、とりあえずまあ我慢してみたいな。でもまあちょっとその人と長く会話するとなるとやっぱすいませんちょっと外国人って言ってもらえますかみたいなことはするかもしれない。外人って外人と同じ読み方だから、良くないと聞いてから変えました。なるほど。そんなんもありましたね。旦那さんはこのことについてなんかご意見あったりしますか？ I'm not sure why exactly I shouldn't use foreigners, but somehow I always use people who are from all over the world. Nagai. So yeah, I think that's the Japanese side. Now let's talk about the English side. So what she's all talking about is I follow handsome people. Oh, thank you. You know, growing up, I never felt like well, there were times middle school sucks. Press 1 if middle school sucked. Middle school is the worst time of life. Goodness. So bad. Not just what happens to you, but what you do to other people. I know how you feel, bro. But thank you, I appreciate it. Men have a lot of insecurities too. But dang. Ugh. Yeah, if we could just skip. It does shape us. Fringe school. Middle school. You know, it's just like, it's the time where you both are a total butthead and other people are buttheads to you. And there's definitely ratios, like super butthead, like I don't know, little butthead, and then in between. I was definitely like more butthead to other people, but it like fluctuated because I didn't care who I hung out with anyway. But still, it was just not a fun time. Your body's changing. Yeah, everyone in Lunos is really what? So yeah, I agree, Nico. It's like, so okay, why is foreigner dame? Like, なんでforeigner っていう英語はダメなのか。正直ダメではないと思うよ、全然。ちょっと話戻るんですけど、so we were talking earlier about zairyu, which is now in Japan. I don't have it here. But we have residence cards. It's basically our green card. And I will just say this, Japan's visa system is freaking awesome. If anyone has anything bad to say about Japan's like living, like being able to live in Japan or like system or whatever, it is really good. Like, it's very easy. Sure, there's paperwork, but come on. It is just like very easy to have a visa in Japan. I'll just say that right now. So like, here you go. And it's like, I don't know. It's a very good system. Very good system. Yeah. Except when you get handcuffed. Hey, I mean, what? It's still a good, I'm glad, you know. No, when I went in there, there were lots of other people who had been like illegally living in Japan for like years. Like they were a student and they never renewed their visa and they never went home. They just started working some job illegally or whatever. So Europeans get a work from home visa in Japan, but I can't. Work from home visa? Like a holiday visa? Is that what you're saying? What do you mean a work from home visa? What the heck is that? So before this word, zairyu kado, it was actually called gaikokujin toroku. 証明書。登録証明書。あれちゃんと打て外国人登録証明書。Gosh dang it. There you go. 外国人登録証明書. That's what it used to be called. And it looked different too. It was not as pretty. 外国人登録カード. Yeah? Yeah, they used to take it away. Now they just hole punch, but at least before, if you left, they took it away, so. At least I think. And so back then, the English was alien registration card. Okay. So both the English alien registration card, 外国人登録, this idea of like, so 登録 means to like register, but it does have that idea of like a list. Just like, not a great comparison, but like a list of registered Jews in Germany, right? Like during Nazi, whatever. It's like, you know, Jews would be registered. Who has a Jewish household, who's Jewish, who is not Japanese. And I think the laws were different also for this 外国人登録証明書. I believe that 在日日本人, which is Japan-born Koreans, were also required to have this, I believe. And therefore, there was some racism, some racist tendencies with the old system. I mean, this is the past 10 years, I suppose, that it changed. And so I think there are a lot of changes were made, but all this to say, the Japanese government is aware of, you know, some things that might be considered racist or whatever. And, you know, they work to eliminate those things. A lot of people don't know. So with the Zairyu Kado, Japanese police are legally allowed to ask at any time, you need to be prepared to show your residence card to Japanese police. It's a law. I have no problem with that. You know, and people who do have problems with that, this is like a YouTube video I want to do, but like, this kind of gets into the idea of like foreigners in Japan. Maybe I'll talk about that another time. So let's focus on the language. So some of the Japanese people in the comments were like, okay, then what should we say? Because she's like, we really shouldn't say this. Here's why. And then she doesn't give an alternative, which is literally like kind of the main thing. And then she still doesn't give an alternative. So it's like, so what? Maybe she's thinking about it. And so that's the fact that she doesn't really have an answer is exactly why I think, what the heck is wrong with foreigner? Okay. If you interpret it negatively, it's on your own conscience and heart. If enough people complain about it, yeah, maybe it gets changed one day. Isan follow, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah. See that? Do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you. My name is JD. For anyone tuning in, I am your Japanese language mentor, and I guide people in the right direction. I do relocation support, private lessons, or I can fix your Japanese. So if you need any help with that, here's my website. Here's my email if you just want to send me an email. And yeah. So, you know, what would an alternative be? You guys speak English, right? じゃあ、外国人を foreigner になんかそれ言っちゃダメやったらなんて言えばいいのって。So if we don't say foreigner, then what should we say? Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. はじめまして。よろしくお願いします。Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. So what should we say instead of foreigner? Human. The answer, this is actually a very interesting philosophical topic once we get into it. I love philosophy. I don't know what all the philosophy stuff is called, but I can discuss it. Hakokujin. Outsider. A2. Yo, A2. A2. Following since May 22nd, 2021. Jumped in late. I think it's the same as English in that it's about the context. Foreigners fine but can be used in a racist way, depending on how it's said. Exactly. So, you know, everything depends on context. Actually, this is also, gosh, I love language. This is also the kind of Nihonjin. Oh, omoshiroi. Some person said non-Japanese. Non-Japanese. でもこれを例えば日本語にすると非日本人とかになるんじゃないかなって思うけど、結構失礼。Cheerly! Hey! 日本人! 日本人! 非国民 Non-citizen. Right, it's like there's just no real substitute. 非日本人はめちゃめちゃ違和感ありますね。ねえ。違和感あるし、なんかこの配信を見つけるとテンション上がる。うりゃりゃりゃ。私も結構今日テンション上がってる。あ、コーヒーがなくなった。もうなんかコーヒーファウンテンが欲しい。I want a coffee fountain. So I really don't think there's a good alternative for foreigner. Just to be straight up. Like overseas person. Person from overseas. Traveler. Non-Japanese. I think non-Japanese might be close, but in the end, sorry, this is touching on kind of a very sensitive topic, so I'm not going to talk about it. But when we try to change, let's see, they can do their best guess of what their nationality. Yeah. How does non-Japanese sound exactly to you? Yeah, a lot of non-Japanese people. It doesn't. So here's the thing about non-Japanese is it doesn't fit every context. It's actually like a more limited, has more limited meaning. So like, yeah, there's a lot of non-Japanese people here. Like when I say non-Japanese, it's in order to kind of like, you know, specify for some other kind of topic. Like, その日本人じゃないから、なんか意味がある。その日本人じゃなくて言ってください。何を言えばいい？Foreigner. 国民は戦争中に戦争を反対したりする人を呼ぶ名前だった。Guess their nationality. Oh, I feel like that ends up insulting more people. I'm not interested in. Very interesting. そういうことね。Just in here. Sensitive topic. Oh. You probably know, but no, I can't get on. I really don't want to get into that one. It's not the right type of sensitive. I would talk about it maybe privately one-on-one. Not the right place, yeah. 国民は使っちゃダメ。へえ。I've never heard that word, so that's really interesting. Like, So when I hear non-native Japanese, it's kind of, there's a reason to say like 日本人じゃないからなんかこうなんか like yeah, there are a lot of non-Japanese なんて説明したらいいかな。なんか日本人じゃないからこういう習慣があるから日本人じゃないからこういうことをするとか、なんかそうでないとあんまりこうしっかり来ない。非日人非日本人非日本人ってこと？非日人非日本人だったらありがとう。しっくり来ない。ありがとう。造語never seen that one. Neologist. Really reason I say it. はいはいはいはい。使われてんの？日本の常識から、離れてるようなことをする人のことを言うのかな。そう。よう言ったな。そう。そのこと。なんか maybe it's not like non-citizen but a not true citizen, like especially with my child who's whose DNA is half Japanese, half me, half American, which doesn't really mean anything. I really think about these things and like, look, the way I see it, when you boil everything down, like there are times like you can't just call people human, all right? Because that's just not the way our world works. I wish we could, like no partiality, but we do differentiate, we do separate. That's just a reality. Now, like even with race, like racism, race is we created race. We saw each other and said, oh, he's black, she's white, she's a different color, she's tan, whatever. Comrade, that's actually pretty fun. I like comrade. Like, he didn't know he should take off his shoes in Japanese house because he's non-Japanese. そういうようなこと。そのようなこと。なんか、例えば、he didn't know because he's not Japanese. そう。でも、簡単に言うとね、そうだから、because he's not Japanese. そうだから基本的になんか日本人じゃないになったりする。Tovarish? JLM? What's Tovarish? Right? So, in the end, it's like, are you Japanese? And this depends based on what country you're talking about, right? So it doesn't work for everything. Like, and culture affects this because if you talk to an American who is 100, like, let's just say second generation Chinese or something, right? Their parents are both Chinese, but their parents both grew up in the US. So basically full American, but their DNA is Chinese, okay? Oh, that's it in Russian? DNA is Chinese, okay? Now you ask that person, what are you? And they'll probably say Chinese instead of American. And so if that person comes to Japan, it's like, どこの人? アメリカ人. And then Japanese people have to like be like, oh, アメリカ人だけど、なんか, what's your background? But that question, what's your background? That doesn't really exist in Japan. It's kind of an American, maybe Europe thing, but so in the end, it's kind of like, what should we say? And I think it just boils down to like, look, Are you a Japanese? Do you have a Japanese passport? Okay, if so, you're Japanese. This is how I feel. Do you have? Do you not have a Japanese? Okay, what's your passport? Whatever your passport is, you know, that's what you are. Because that's how all the rest of the world identifies that as well, and that's probably about the, yeah, nationality versus ethnicity type of deal. 20 seconds fog. Yeah, to nothing. Supposed to be ending my stream. I gotta end it within the next 30 minutes because I've got a meeting. And I'm still worried about my voice box. So I'm trying to take it easy. I got really excited today though, but yeah, it's like, so foreigner, why is foreign? I think foreigner is fine. Like, just real plain and simple. Foreigner is fine in English. It's freaking fine. And let's see. I'm thinking about what historical precedent do we have of, besides the past, 100 years of people groups or minorities like asking to be called a different name, or like expressing distaste or discomfort with words that they're associated with, like, but a lot of them get reappropriated, like queer. That used to be really bad, but now it's like good again, There's the obvious ones like N-word, and then I won't say it because I don't know Twitch stuff, but N-E grow, right? Which I don't know. If we're talking about history, if it wasn't Twitch, yeah, I just talk about these the way they are, but these kind of words. So I'm wondering when this kind of started, because I feel like it's more of like a new cultural phenomenon potentially. Like, I don't think, maybe this is what it is. Like, I don't think serfs or like the lower caste groups were really able to complain because they didn't have power. There was so much less equality. And so maybe as equality has increased, like the equality of everyone in the world, these kind of things can happen. So it's not necessarily a bad thing or wrong thing. Yeah, but I think it needs to be natural. Like, these kind of language changes should be natural, and widely expressed between the majority of people groups. I don't know. Anyway, foreigner is fine. I don't think there's really a good alternative word in English. I think you just kind of, I don't mind being called a foreigner because that's what I am here. And I think it is, yeah, new cultural stuff. I know. It's like, whatever. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Hold on, Cheerly. Chotomatte ne. Right. So the reality is I am a foreigner in Japan, and I prefer it to be that way. Now, it's not talked about a lot, but there is, yes, PC is stupid after a point. Yes, it is. There's a reason why the word politic is in it. Politics, right? I don't think it's for the people. So people have gotten more power, but like, I think it's a good thing to have not separate but equal. But I think it's good that foreigners are foreigners in Japan. Correct. Fair until it becomes obsession, like respect. Yeah. Obsession and commanding and demanding. Yeah. So it's good that there is like I prefer to be different in Japan. If you really hate it, a white guy can become a Japanese citizen, right? It's actually possible. There's a guy who famous for doing that. I forget his name, but it's pretty dumb. If you want to become a Japanese citizen and you're like me, you have to like live in the country for like 10 plus years. You got to be really fluent at Japanese. You have to change your name. You have to give up, at least it was this way. You have to give up your own name and change it to a Japanese name. Did you know that? There's a lot of crazy stuff that has to happen in order for you to become a Japanese citizen. And that's why I was saying the Japanese visa system is awesome, because there's really no point in getting Japanese citizenship unless you want to vote or something. It's like, because the visa system is just so good. Like there's no powers, like other than voting. It's just, that's it. The name thing could have changed, but I'm pretty sure that's how it was and is. I'm running out of liquids. Cheerly. 皮肉として日本人に言うこともあるし、本当は日本人だけど日本人らしくないことやってるなお前。日本人じゃないくせにっていう意味で外国の人に対して言われることがあるかも。多少あるんじゃないかな。なんか日本ってそういう実際にこうなんかお前日本人じゃねえんだからとか国に帰れとか、あるっちゃあるけどめっちゃ少ないと思うよ。めちゃめちゃ少ないと思う。でもドラマとか映画とかなんか特に SNS とかでなんかそのようなもうこうなんかメディアっていうかなんかそのイメージができてしまってる。めっちゃある、めっちゃ多いって本当はそうじゃない。日本ってめちゃめちゃこうお互いになんか尊敬して仲良くしてもうなんていうの社会がうまくいけるようになんか優しくなんか仲良くしようみたいな文化だから、あんまりこういうことないから。あったらなんか酔っ払いとか酔っ払いのおじさんが電車でそういうことを言ったりしてなんかでやっぱさ年配の方おじいさんお年寄りの人が多いと思う。そういう本当にもっと人種差別的なこと、外国人ネット上で多いイメージ。そう本当は少ないと思う。なんか僕が住んでるところになんかそういうなんか地域の文句みたいなそういう掲示板というかそういうのあるけど、one of the comments その中で結構人種差別的なやつあって、なんかロシア人と韓国人ちょっとなんか隠語みたいななんか R 人ちゃんと見てなかったらなんかちゃんと見てなかったら多分なんかこういう感じだったかな。バレないようにとかわかんないけどすごい結構めっちゃ racist なこと言ってた。So when I was in my area, we have like this thing, and like people can complain and say thank you or whatever. And this one, definitely an old guy. Like you can just tell, it's not just like pretty racist comments about Russians and Koreans living in our buildings and areas. And I was pretty surprised. And actually, after that one was released, they released another one. So they were like, oops, there was a mistake. And they got rid of that comment. So there are people who are racist in Japan, but I think it's honestly, if there's anyone, it's mostly old men. If we're talking about just overall racism, just random old guys most of the time. And other than that, maybe there's like, you know, I'll just say bias or something like, you know, it's always the old folk. Yeah, of course it's always the old folk because they lived in a different culture and generation. So it's like, it wasn't racist back then, really, or like, oh, sorry. I mean, you know, it was still racist. But what I'm saying is, our children are gonna look at us and say, I can't believe my dad said that. Exactly, there you go, Zenny, right? I think, yeah. It's like everyone is gonna look at their grandparents and say, oh, I can't believe they said that. I can't believe they did that. How could they? And it's gonna continue on until the end of the world. Good bleeps and bloops. This always reminds me of me and a friend discussing if burakumin was right or offensive. Yeah. Yeah, actually, whenever I talk about burakumin on Twitch, a lot of Twitch people, some Japanese people pop in. They're like, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. And to be honest, I think it actually is one of the few things that really needs to be talked about in Japan. For any of you guys who don't know, haba is not, haba hiroi is a good word for you to know. Haba hiroi. That's a good word. When I get old, young people might think, yeah, they'll definitely think you're weird. But the burakumin were kind of like the lower caste system, like the outsiders within Japan. Like undertakers, butchers, you know, sewage, sometimes farmers, and even like physically, like I could be wrong about this. So even physically, they would often live in like different areas or like separate areas than like the wealthier, the upper class. And Japan still 俺住んでるところでは部落は全く悪いイメージ持ってないけど言ってたな。そう普通に地域みたいな意味で使われてる。そうでthere are I guarantee you it's still present, but I think it kind of got taken care of, but based on a person's last name, Japanese person's last name, some last names were directly associated with being part of being a burakumin, like a burakumin last name. And that's why like based on job interviews, like there was a lot of discrimination with job interviews, or like you see a person's resume. Yeah, this song is cool. See a person's resume and like, oh, last name burakumin, not gonna hire. So there was like a lot of discrimination. I don't know when, like whatever, 20th century, and it probably still exists now for like older people that still hold those values or something. But I don't even know. これ知りたい。学校でブラックミンのことを学んだ？日本の方、 日本人で聞いてくれてる人って、聞いてくれてる日本人への質問ですけど、その部落民の歴史とか、そのことについて、学校で、習ったか、で、もし習ったんやったら、習ったのなら、なんかどのようなことを勉強したかってちょっと知りたいけど、歴史が浅い北海道だから、昔の悪い意味がないんだろうね。そう。それもあると思う。やっぱ、それあると思う。For anyone who is watching right now and you still haven't followed the channel, please give me a follow. And if you're already followed, turn on the notification if you want to get you want to see me next stream. I usually stream Tuesday, Thursday, Japan, so Monday, Wednesday. Most of the rest of the world. 社会っていう教科で習ったよ。どこまで？もう本当に結構深いところまで、なんかその名字でバレるとか、そのようなことも習った？小学校の時は、道徳の授業。ちょっと小学校で道徳の授業？すげえな。A ethics class or ethics class in elementary school? That's awesome. It's actually like insane to hear about. Man, we should do that in other countries. I know that's like a very general thing to say, but どんな仕事をしてて差別されてたとか、だいたい小学校で習うかも。道徳で。すげえな。めっちゃいいやん。Yeah, good luck doing that in America these days. That's awesome. You guys have an ethics class when you're in elementary school. Yeah. And if you enjoyed today's content, and you have a Twitch Prime that you're not using, please feel free to use that. Otherwise, you don't need to spend your money on me. But all of the money that you donate or sub or whatever, all of it goes back into the stream. So just doing improvements like camera. Eventually I want to try to do some Japanese, not all the time, but like Japanese old video games and like translate them as we go and maybe compare the English translation, stuff like that. Some other stuff. I really want a standing desk because I hate sitting and talking to you guys, because I really like to move when I talk, and like be standing. It's much more dynamic, so I would love to do that. And then I can stand further away. I need another light in here because it's very dark. So you did have a Prime sub. Yay! You can sub when you get paid. Don't sub then. Don't sub then. It's okay. It's okay. Just Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you did it on your phone, maybe not. And I don't see the notification, but sometimes it's weird about phones. 今上野から小学校6年生で5年の最後か9年の1学期に習ってた気がする。You got the badge. なるほどね。じゃあいけるか。Maybe because I don't have a thing for Twitch Prime right now. I couldn't figure that out. But it should just be under new Twitch sub or resub. ごめんね。そうや。Some people say the school should not teach ethics. Instead, parents are. You know what? I think that's BS. About the school should not teach ethics. Instead, parents are responsible. I think that's BS. Oh, refreshing the page? Because, look, I understand there are certain topics that parents only should do. But basic ethics like racism, I think it should be ethics based on history, like
My life is good.
modern topics. Yay!
Really good.
Yay! 19 months. Oh snap! Wait, do you have the flaming bean too now? I bet you do. I don't see your badges in there. Sugena. Refreshing worked. Wow, good to know. Suge. Anyway, you have the founder's badge. You're probably like one of the only people who does. I mean, you remember like the nice subs. Arigato. Welcome back to the Jelly Club. And the Bean Gang. Thank you so much, R6. R6 has been following and subbing and modding this channel for a very long time. Helped me with the early emotes. Boom, boom, boom. Where's the other ones? Boom, boom. Man, you helped me with a lot of emotes. I think there's maybe more, but yeah. So anyway, great topic. My voice is tired. I gotta talk to No Kaze about some business stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, this guy was talking to me. This was another random tweet, but Shrek was fun. Actually, Shrek is hilarious because you couldn't. I forgot you were colorblind, and I was like, why is he yellow? It's like, dude, he's way more green. And then you're like, I need to get help. I was like, oh, sorry. That was pretty funny. Yeah. I was like, he's like really yellow, like kind of brown. I was like, can you make him green? And you're like, I'm colorblind. I was like, oh, right. You're gonna sleep. Good night. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for helping me just hit the little daily sub goal. Thank you, but take your time. Okay. Yeah. Another good topic. Maybe we'll talk about this next time. The use of zen as a using positive ending versus negative ending. Zen ii yo, zen dame da yo. All right. So it's a very interesting topic. I looked at this article about all the history. Yeah, nice to see you too. We'll have to maybe do a Skype, or I always say Skype, but it's just easy for me. Video call. お疲れ。お疲れ。ありがとう。ちょっと声休みます。今日は、手話カフェに行きます。手話の勉強をします。But yeah, thank you guys so much. If you haven't followed yet, please follow. I would love to talk to you again. Love to have discussions. Love to hear your opinions. Thank you so much for everybody talking today. It was really fun. I really love talking about these hot button topics. Hot topics. Button issue. Hot button issue? Yeah, hot button issue. That's what it is. A hot button issue, right? Is that it? Dang, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like button is in there somewhere. I'm unfollowing. You can't tell me what to do. Fine. Be that way. But senpai won't notice you anymore. Never. Never gonna notice you. Never gonna notice you. Oh, gosh. Guess we'll We'll raid Pulse JP. Never gonna follow you. Never gonna get your notifications. Never gonna see you live. Or read your tweets. I don't know. Yes. Remember, you get jelly bean points if you raid, so you're really missing out if you don't. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. I'll probably see you again. I said that last week, but you know. Thursday. Alright, later, Gators. You know Pulse? I was just watching it. Nice. Yeah. Just a little bit. Mata ne. ありがとう。お疲れ様です。